Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this. Frisco in Tokyo coming at you with games and demos. That's what we're doing these days. That's what all the cool kids are doing, and I am definitely both cool and a kid. I am neither of those things, and that's okay. Us! How you doing, Holly? It's lovely to see you. I hope that you are super well. Hope that life is being all kinds of kind to you, because, you're cool. I feel like there should have been more there, but you're cool. You deserve a happy life. What are we doing? I had planned to have more set up, and then they decided they wanted to have a thing where it was gonna be an update for security. I mean, probably not security. I don't know why they had to update right at this moment. I found it amusing, like shortly after I jailbreak my PS3, suddenly they want to do an update, and it's like, wait, one doesn't have anything to do with the other, right? I mean, I know it doesn't, but I was unreasonably worried about that for a second. Like, oh no, do they know? Did they find out? Hold on, what's some music? Yeah. Okay, that'll be one. And put in Victoria's, that'll be two. I do like the accordion. The accordion is nice. And I mean, we always use islands, so I kind of want to avoid islands this time. Always bass. Always drums. Alright, that works. And like I can change these later. They don't have to be forever. What do I want? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Why is it all so difficult? No, Disco, like you gotta think. I thought it was gonna explode for a second. I don't know why I assumed that was gonna happen, but I did. I did not make this nearly big enough. Bad start. Off to a bad start. Gotta sort my stuff out. And also, I need to remind myself to refrain from swearing, which is sometimes a little bit tough. I hate to say it, but it do be a little bit tough sometimes. How do I set up this logic? One, two, three, and then we want stop. No, I don't want. I mean, I can do this. I can noodle this out. This is easy. We want a randomizer. What are you doing? Disco, what are you doing? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're being silly. You just need this to be bigger. That's all. See, that was simple. Okay, so randomizer's gonna choose between 3. And it's gonna we need an OR gate. And the OR gate, it's gotta be 3. It's gonna turn on a 10-minute timer. Multitasking by playing Warframe with Mori? Is Mori an old hand at Warframe, or are you introducing her to Warframe? I can't remember. Os! Moria, lovely to see you. Hope you are well. I swear there will be music in, like, just a second. I swear. Teaching her the ropes. Well, I hope that you're having a good time with it. One must imagine that you're having a good time with it, and also one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Cool. So that's gonna happen there. It's gonna reset itself. We're gonna have 2 counters. This is gonna be genius, and by genius I mean it's just gonna work. I am learning a lot about ropes. We all need to have our hobbies. I mean, rotating a boulder, that's for sure. And now this can just be down to a one-shot? I don't know how to make it do one-shot, though. I think that's all I need. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh. I mean, it did work, so that's cool. Os! Hirunda, lovely to see you. Don't have a strong plan at the moment, but just gonna kind of noodle around with a couple of things. Basically, do I want to try? I think I want to try. There's a little effect that I wanted to do for a level in LBP2. Cause Hirunda, I'm on Beacon. I have access to community levels again, and the possibility of platinuming LBP 1 and 2. I'm at 1 trophy apiece. It is shocking and delightful. this is gonna be... Good evening, Alice. Hope you're very well tonight. You as well, Hidun. I hope that you are very well. I don't know if I said that clearly. Happy almost... Is it almost Easter? I don't know. I don't. Now we want... It's on the 31st. Go... Jesus, I guess. Good for that Jesus guy. Honestly, no. Like, I had absolutely no idea. For all of the push to make Western holidays into marketable crap, Easter doesn't really seem to have been one of them. Oh, that works. Alright, so that's a brown. We need brown and pink, I think, for my idea. And we need to have a little bit of... Oh, you don't need that to be on that. You need it to be not... There. That's what we want. That's what we want. We're gonna have an impact sensor. And the impact sensor is going to go to a selector? Well, no, because maybe just a toggle is fine. Probably, yeah. Probably just a toggle. I'm so used to using selectors for this type of effect that I forget that there are alternate ways to do it. You're gonna get a tag. Tag will be yellow light. Are you eating a raspberry filled chocolate Jesus for Easter this year? I feel like that would be appropriate. And by appropriate, I mean not appropriate at all, but it would be funny. And you gotta be dimmer. I mean, you have to be set to dimmer. No. Don't be silly. That's what you want. Now you go to this. And how's that fade in? Maybe faster? Maybe brighter. It's not very bright. I don't want to be too bright, is the thing. Because there's going to be a bunch of these, and I don't want to, like... I don't want to have to fix them all. Then, oh, because you can't do broadcast chips to... Shoot, that's right. If something is wired, you can't do a broadcast chip with it. because it wouldn't carry the connection to the object that it's on. Let's just see what a couple of these look like next to each other. I'm wondering about that gap. Like if it's too big? That's like, there's a lot of space in between them. So that's probably got to be smaller. Now it's not centered. That's okay. I mean, this is just to see if it works. I didn't glue these, did I? Okay, I guess I did. Smart me. Way to go past me. It's very clever of you. Okay. So now, make this big again. Take off the sticker and put on a new sticker, which will be pink blob. I feel like I got good mileage out of pink blob, but it's very wet looking. Oh, but that looks nice though. That does look nice. I just maybe bump up the pink. Oh, that's a bit too much. Yeah, that works. We get mileage out of that. Oh, you silly, silly girl. I didn't turn any of them off. At least I caught it now. Before I had like a billion of these, but I've already got a fair amount. It's already kind of a lot. At least tell me that I... Oh god, Risco, what are you... You make me sad sometimes. Alright, I can salvage this. This is salvable? Include touching. Us! Hive! Welcome back to the... I mean, I know that I already welcomed you back to the, you know, your home, because I knew that you were home, but welcome back to the stream. It is wonderful to have you. We've missed you. But it is good to know that you have survived. Yeah. I mean, that makes me happy sad. It makes me very happy that you missed us, but it also makes me a little sad that you were in a state of missing. If that makes sense. Did you get wonderful Omiyage? Because I feel like you gotta get Omiyage. Did you bring back, like, curly fries? I'm trying to think, like, what would be the most American tat? I guess like a gunshot wound, but I hope you didn't get that. Pecan praline. I do not know what that is, and I feel like I failed as an American, which is maybe for the best. That might be the best feeling in the world. I did also eat at 4 burgers in as many days. Were they good? Were they at least good burgers? I don't remember which ones of these I fixed. Is Popeyes like everywhere? We had Checkers. But I don't know how much of that is like regional and how much of that is like, well, this was 20 years ago. Alright, I think that's got all of them. It's apparently national, okay. New things are learned every day. Now, when you say they started up in Europe for a while, does that mean that they failed and are no longer doing European operations? Can Europe just not handle American fried chicken? I mean, to be fair, I don't know that America can handle American fried chicken, so... You had 5 burgers, oh my god. I feel like that's the amount of burgers that could cause problems. we have good fried chicken depending on what part of Europe you're in. I mean, I'm not saying that the European fried chicken is good. It's not good. I'm also not. I'm distinctly not saying that American fried chicken is good. It just that it is distinctly American. The first one was too fancy for its own good. Second burger makes me feel the outside of pizza New Yorkers. Makes me feel that outside of pizza New Yorkers have no idea what food is good. I mean, oh wait, what food is good? Third burger was the fabled animal style. I don't even know what that is. The fourth and fifth burgers were from LA burger joints and were nice. Okay. That's fair, Alice. I mean, I kind of feel like American fast food in general is gonna be pretty trashy. I do know though that there are parts of America that are very proud of their fried chicken. I didn't get an opportunity to have Popeyes and spent all my energy wasting enough time that people couldn't take me to a Chick-fil-A. Success there. Does anybody really need homophobic fried chicken? I don't even know when Chick-fil-A like got to be big, because it certainly wasn't a thing when I was in the US. Which, granted, a long time ago, but still, like, it kind of feels like it came a bit out of nowhere. I guess you can't be, like, queer music and do good fried chicken. Those are mutually exclusive categories. Chick-fil-A, from what I've seen, is literally a buttermilk fried chicken or bread with a pickle. No sauce except for what you ask for on the side. That's like less than mid. That's food that you serve to people you don't like. Chick fill out an intake form when your customer decks you in the face for giving you crappy chicken? Giving them crappy chicken? Apparently white people like it enough that they're willing to fund hate groups. I kind of feel like that's probably going in the opposite direction, isn't it? Like, I have the feeling that they like the hate groups enough that they're willing to fund mid-chicken. There are people who say they don't agree with the homophobia, but the chicken is too good. I mean, I feel like that's a bit of a butt pull. That's just me speaking, but like it feels very much like it's very no, I don't agree with JKR, but gosh, Harry Potter is just so great. I just can't give up Harry Potter. I do feel kind of weird about trans folks who can't give up Harry Potter. Are there any left? I would have figured. I mean, surely by now. Now that JKR is at the denying the Holocaust happened to trans and queer people phase of her downward spiral, like everyone's got to be done with her now, right? I mean, not everybody, but like all the trans kids. I think the position's becoming more and more untenable after she's actively publicly funding stuff. One would hope that she would stop publicly and privately funding stuff, but given that that's an impossibility, one would hope that the position has indeed become untenable. It's not even fiveable. Don't love that, Alice. I don't think my brother knows that about it yet about JKR. He's still into HP. It might be time to have the talk. And I do understand this is neither a slam against you nor your brother. I do get that folks outside of the sitch might not know, but it's been kind of a whole thing. Make these small. Just so they stay on the grid for right now. I guess I can thank Elden Ring being an utter mess on my PC for me not buying Dragon's Dogma 2, a game I've been waiting like 10 years for. I heard that the character editor is fantastic, and then like everything else is kind of messy with the microtransactions. I've heard that the floor is a suggestion for some people. I don't know what that means, Hive. What does it mean that the floor was a suggestion for some people? That's a weird statement. Oh! Oh gosh! Okay! That's a problem. Also hilarious, but definitely a problem. Wow. Wow, so did they just fall into the center of the earth? They just walk on nothing. Well, that's kind of classy. No! Lisa, what are you doing? Don't be silly. Alright, we need a button, and we need a little bit of decoration. This is an awful lot of lights and microchips for that very low thermo cost. Kind of love that for us. Where's my buttons? I've been put off by how Elden Ring performed for me on PC, how Monster Hunter World performed for me on PC around launch time. People telling me I am a whiny baby PC gamer who is only whining that I can't get Elden Ring to run at 33,000 FPS, unlike them. The enlightened console gamer who is happy playing Elden Ring at 30 FPS. People are silly and they need to stop. Also, I hate the fact that people are giving you guff. Why they gotta be giving you guff? You ain't never given nobody guff. Why are we doing the console PC wars anyways? I mean, besides the fact that, like, of course we are. I guess that would be the reason? Now we need a camera, and then we're going to see how this looks. I bet it will look fantastic. Also, like, I feel like the Canyons theme has gone on way longer than it ought to have. Oh, because this never got reset. Wait, no, I don't even need this counter. I could just put this here. Cool. That works. I guess we put a little bit of sticker down. And let's see how this looks. Nothing up my sleeve? Nothing on the map? Whatever this is called? Oh, bugger. Okay, you didn't see, nobody saw nothing. Nobody saw nothing. I need to turn off so that's not visible, because otherwise it'll look really ugly. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Nothing on my sleeve, nothing on the map. Okay, that's kind of cool though. That kind of works out pretty well. I gotta like that. That was kind of neat. Yeah, I feel like I could do something with that. Maybe make it like a little bit faster, I don't know. That looks good. I did good. I did a good thing. I wonder if it would look better if it had like... if parts of it were different size. I have to think about that. That was kind of cool. Alright, turn that off for a minute. So the thermo's a little bit kinder to us. And I think I think I can get that effect to work in LBP2. Like, I don't think that should be an issue. Alright, now I did want to play around a little bit with... what? Move pack stuff? I feel like I am missing materials though. Which is weird because this is the profile that I've done like time saver levels for the move pack. I'll have to check after the break. We can go see if we're missing anything from it. Let's just get these materials out and see what they look like. Oh, it's corrugated cardboard. I don't like that. Crumpled paper? That looks kind of nice. That's ugly as heck. I don't like that. It doesn't really do it for me. Green collage? That's pretty cool. Plain cardboard. Paper check is nice. I do like paper check. The jelly is very bright. I don't know why the jelly is this bright. Like, this is uncalled for. Oh, green patchwork is from Move. I don't think I noticed that. That soil is ugly. Don't like it. That wicker's kind of ugly too. Wooden planks. There's a lot of thermo materials here. Okay, first off, turn that down. Oh my god. Why are you so bright? Why does it have this texture? I am just very much not a fan. Why is... Oh, because sticker panels up in the... That's in the special stuff. Was there anything else that was from Move? I don't think so. If I was gonna make a thing with this, like, what would it be? What kind of environment lends itself to all of this? There's no metal, which is kind of a problem. What do we have for objects? What's a cardboard half pipe look like? It's actually kind of neat. Can you actually go into it? See, I kind of hate that because it's got like depth as though you could go back into it, and then you just can't. You just can't. Us! What? What? Not sure if I migrated everything yet. Thanks to Funnel for killing ad blockers Chrome. Wait, what are we migrating? Are you migrating? Are you migrating to Japan? I mean, you can hang out with me. Also, why are you using Chrome? You got Firefox is right there. Oh, wait, no, but we talked about this. Right. Okay, so you're moving towards the Firefox, I was gonna say the Firefox exclusionary zone, but that doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of good stickers in Move. Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. Well, I hope it goes smoothly for you, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that could be a really big pain in the butt. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes a pain in the butt. Oh, I mean, Soup, you deserve it. I think things are getting closer to being dekinked with the PS3. The fan sounds a lot better. It didn't go to a black screen when I went into LBP2, but then when I turned LBP2 off, it did have a soft reset with like the triple beep. And I wonder if some of that might also have to do with the fact that it's like, it is a used PS3. Anyway, so I helped my dad, who's a labor organizer at the local public hospital, before the election results that are bad. We'd been planning to do a strike on Inauguration Day if a right-wing government got elected. They did, and we're doing it, but my dad is specifically the head of a workers' council for that hospital, a worker rep mechanism, and we need the local union for the strike to go well. And when asked about it, the local rep called my dad the MD missing a word. Oh, and said we need to wait for the government's program before striking. For context, we're striking because all the government parties said they were going to privatize the public hospital my dad works at. So is your dog getting sold down the river by the union rep? Because that sucks. Okay, Soup, that sounds a little bit, that's reassuring, I guess, that it's just kind of a known issue. Because I expected a certain degree of this kind of thing, just, like I said the other day, like, just price of doing business. So that does make me feel a little bit better. Those wooden planks look really nice, though. I am finding myself a fan. For extra context, this hospital was privatized by the last right-wing government we had. It got deprivatized, and now the right-wing has been to privatize it and like for their hospitals again since forever. So actually, yeah, that makes a ton of sense, and I'll let you know if it becomes persistent. They're in a lot better state. I was surprised that there was a noticeable difference in the fan sound, because it hadn't really sounded that loud to me, and I kind of feel like maybe like with the PS4 is always a little bit noisy, that maybe that became my baseline. So the idea that something like might not sound like it's gonna take off was less noticeable. Yeah, I hate this. I hate basically everything that's going on with the politics that you're dealing with, Alice. What, like, if I was gonna make a set that was focused around Move, the game, the DLC, like, what would that look like? I mean, there's... What are the locations you got? The Sackthing Village, or the Sackpot Village, which is honestly a little bit mid. You've got the Dark Woods, and that underground section, and then you've got the house that Science built. They are at least distinct environments, but none of them are, like, particularly compelling. The local union in the hospital has always had some friction because they somehow see the Workers' Council as something competing with them, when, like, it was just made because the Workers' Council gets by law meetings with, with the hospital leadership and has accountability measures. It's not created to steal their so-called space. So this is like territorialism? Holly, it was wonderful to have you in. My voice is kind of crummy right now, but it was wonderful to have you in, even if it's just for a little bit. I hope that you had a good time playing with Moria and the Warframes. That should be playing Warframes with Moria, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. But you have beautiful dreams for a beautiful person. I mean, and Supam, like, I think you've got a good summation of, like, the environments. They're just not really, like, they're not environments I find compelling to work in. Like, it's not like the Metal Gear set, where it's like, the Metal Gear set was just, it was so easy to just build in that material scheme, because you've got like 3 pretty distinct environments, all of which are visually appealing and kind of lift very different weights, so to speak. And maybe part of it is just like the move set formed such an aesthetic backbone of an era of LBP2 design, like level presentation and level design. So in a sense it's almost become generic, like not so much of the move set as just like, here's this kind of pseudo naturalistic environment that everybody uses for their platformers. Territorialism, probably, yeah, but also like a lot of centrism, like saying we need to wait before government that said before elections they were going to do a thing does a thing. Recoup just centrism and just wait till they give us a deal. You would think of like of all the groups to not be centrist, it would be the labor union, but apparently we can't have nice things. I'm thinking with the move pack being organic Victorian house, it was reminding me of the portraits of people made of veggies. Oh god, those things are so creepy. I do like them though. She's not going anywhere. Well, I tell you what. Let me take a quick break, because we're at the hour point. I'll get a stretch in, See if I can't noodle up something. And if I can't, like, maybe we'll just build in with something else. Oh, before I do that, Soup, you gotta check this out. You'll like this. Maybe? I mean, you don't have to like this, but I like it. Ta-da! Stylings found in Victorian art at the time. Would we do like fake Photoshop fairies? Like early 20th century fairies? Alice says, also do not like when people use that word in general. It's always ableist, but from what I've been told, the use in that specific context was specifically questioning my dad's mental state, which sucks to say the least. Yeah, that's a really crummy thing to do. And you're right, it is, it's very ableist. Which is kind of frustrating, because sometimes sometimes you get in like one of those situations where it's like, oh, this word shows up in titles of things all the time, and it's kind of hard to dodge. Reminds me of the LBP2 intro. It kind of does, yeah. It does have a little bit of that vibe. But let me grab my break. See if I can't dislodge something in my brain meats. Luckily, this is not a time-sensitive project. It's very much like kind of if I feel like doing a deep dive into a DLC, the move pack would probably be the next one that I do, but it's not something like I super want to do this month. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Gonna take my break. I'll be right back in 5. Gosh. Alright, I am back. And the music actually did change, so... I think that means we can strip out these two. Put in two new ones. I got nothing for this idea right now, so let's scrap that for a sec. And what else was I working on? One thing I do notice about Lighthouse right now is there's not like a lot of versus mode levels. I was thinking of maybe just trying to like toss together my own. I've never done anything like that. That should probably be bigger. Yeah. Yeah. That could work. The scope on this long play thing, it's gone out of hand. You have no idea. Wait, which long play thing? Oh wait, I missed the thing. I really gotta get on with my LBP long play thing so I can get into Beacon. The idea of making new LBP1 levels and LBP2, I guess, is very attractive. Come on in. You can hang out with me. What exactly, like, when you say the scope has gotten out of hand, like, what is it that you're going for? Exclusive news, I guess. I want to do long plays of LVP in every language it's available. Well, wait. IE's done a. I think IE's got a J-side version of LBP and LBP2. Not to dissuade you from doing it, because, I mean, honestly, more people that aren't IE doing anything is good, but, I do think that that may not be virgin territory. Also, I don't know if I 100% understand what you mean when you say disk images. Like, this is gonna sound absolutely foolish, but just JPEGs? I mean, I kind of figure, like, for better or for worse, if you have an idea of doing a thing in LBP content production, it's probably a safe bet to assume that IE's already got a copy of it somewhere. Because that kid, like, churns out material. It's almost shocking. Download them and zip them, put them on a USB drive, transfer them to a hacked PS3, and load them with Multiman, vaporware for more than dozens of disc exclusives. Oh wow! Oh wow, that's neat. Pretty sure he's like the top LVP content creator in the world. If you look up any LVP level, there's a good chance he covered it. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I feel ways about IE sometimes. Because I don't know that he does a particularly good job of covering them. Like, they feel, the videos I've watched of his feel very sloppy. But he's, yeah, like, he's got a lot of stuff. Neither particularly good, both are content farm adjacent. Thank you. I'm glad that you said that so it didn't just feel like sour grapes coming from me. I know on some of the DLC stuff that I watched him do, like, he doesn't really stretch for, like, getting 100% in everything, and, you know, actually giving a complete view of the DLC. It's not great. But it's a very different style than, like, what I do, so I mean, some of that is probably a little bit of sour grapes. Substandards better than nothing, but that's part of the reason I started this CLFL, so there was cleaner footage out there, yes. How many people are still even doing LBP content creation? I mean, definitely down from the peak, but it's very much a non-zero. I can think of like a double handful of at least semi-regular uploaders. D-Stomp has been fairly active recently, I noticed, which is cool. I had no idea how like how deep Phantom Storm's archives are. Like, he's got a lot of levels covered, like a lot. I had no idea. Like, I mean, I knew that he'd been archiving stuff, but oh shoot, let me put that name in into the Googs. Not the Googs, but the YouTubes. Because I could always use a new creator to follow. Simone Di Giorgi. Well, I'm getting a lot of... Oh, there we are. Okay, good, good, good. I was gonna say, I'm getting like a lot of Italian stuff. I think I used to be subscribed to this person. These thumbnails look very familiar. Time to learn Italian. I mean, I wish. I feel like that ship has long since sailed. Oh, some of these levels look pretty nice. Alright, I can't look through their lists right now. What if you somehow move to Italy someday? We'll need Italian. I mean, it's less that, and it's more just like that's where my family's from, and it would have been interesting to have had that opportunity to connect with like the extended branches of the family. Like my great uncle, whose English was never particularly very good from what I gather, and was really not good when I knew him. He was already quite old at that point. He could tell stories in English, but it was with difficulty, and as a young child, I don't think I really got how important it was that I took the opportunity to listen. I didn't really find out until after he'd passed for a school project. My family interviewed some of the folks in the family for me because I couldn't be home for that holiday, and they sent me they sent me the cassette tapes, which were among the cassette tapes that were stolen out of my car. So, love that. And it did have like some of the stories that these old folks told, and it would have been interesting to have been able to understand those stories. Like, it would have been interesting for them to have had the opportunity to tell me in their own words their stories, I guess is the way to put that. Now it's not really a thing because they're all past. So more of a lost opportunity. Although I guess it would be neat to watch like the old 80s Italian horror movies without having to have the terrible dubs. That would also be a thing. Material blocks with holes don't really like the slice and dice tool. That's fair. I mean, bad Italian comedies, bad Italian horror, I feel like they're of the same cloth. Rats rules, actually. I didn't even say rats. That's all you. You're the one who brought up rats. As well you should, honestly. I mean, more people should bring up rats. Rats stay cool as heck and winning, but they get up to some pretty nasty hijinks in that movie. They are quite unpleasant. They are not family friendly. Would go so far as to say they are not family friendly. Rats 2023? Oh no, this is much older than that. This is Alice, when did Rats come out? Was it 83? It's an oldie. It's Italian post-apocalyptic. And it's kind of a lot. '84, I was close. Look at me being close. Rats, Night of Terror. Oh, you know what? Let's use some springs. That could be interesting. Are we talking about Italian things? Because I'm getting 2 Italian brutal death metal albums in consecutive months. Oh, that sounds exciting. Oh, Hidunda, you're going to sleep? You sleep. Get yourself some really, really good rest. And we will hopefully catch you next time. Or you will catch us next time. And we will have more coherent ideas as to what it is that we're doing. Now, I noticed that you capitalized brutal there. Is that because it's a, like, the proper noun name of a genre? Or are they just simply brutal? Yes! Okay, so what makes a brutal metal as opposed to just a metal? Death metal isn't brutal. Brutal death metal is brutal. I mean, okay. Sure. That seems sensible. At least sensible adjacent. Death metal ranges from spicier thrash metal to stuff that would scare people who listen to top 40 stuff, and brutal death metal is merely brutal death metal. Okay, so there's no range on brutal death metal. It is what it is. Because the how often death metal authors try to be terrible people, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at... If that was in relation to anything that I said, I've already forgotten it. And that's not on you, that's just on my fact that I have no memory. And I apologize. Oh, scroll up. What did I miss? Last message. Okay, we got Rats. Rats Night of Terror. Good night, Hidunda. Oh fudge! Maybe I missed something that got modded because I was silly and was not looking at this in mod view. Yeah, because there's nothing that's like sitting in Kronos, lovely to see you. Hope you're well. There's nothing that's sitting in the automod do something about this folder, so it might be that Twitch just ate it. Kronos, I hope that I did your your clock justice in the tutorial today, because I did talk about it. Now hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I thought we had addressed this point already. The Chuds were victims. The Chuds were homeless people who were having toxic waste dumped on them. And they come up out of the sewers and they eat yuppies. I feel like we need to take the word Chud back. Completely destroyed his rep by being a terrible human being. And borderline Nazi. Hate that. What's your thought on Chud 2 Bud the Chud? I think I have seen all of 20 minutes of it because I have some self-respect. I just remember that the video box of Bud the Chud made it look like a really goofy comedy, which was not a thing that I was into at the time, and really even now I don't think I would quite enjoy it. You're gonna send me the Bud the Chud song. What? Alice, what have I done to you? How did I hurt you? Also, Kronos, I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just doing. I know that you didn't specifically ask me what I was doing, but I kind of feel like I needed to point it out. Is Bud the Chud as bad as Day of the Dead 2 Contagium? Because that was pretty awful. That may be the worst movie that I've seen in the theaters. Except for Terrifier 2. Actually, Terrifier 2 might be worse than Day of the Dead 2 Contagium. Oh, fudge. Wait. You'd like to posit there's a meaningful difference between a chud, all caps, and a chud, no caps. I mean, given the usage of the words, I would say there would have to be. It does kind of make me a little bit... makes me feel certain kinds of ways that, like, that became a go-to word for the type of people that are described as chuds now, because, you know, the whole message of the movie. To the extent that it had one. I mean, I do need to be honest, like, Chud is not a great movie. I would not say that it accomplishes its goals particularly well, but it is sympathetic to the plight of the homeless. I don't remember the worst movie that you saw in theaters. Is it one of the Avatar movies? I guess Avatar, like, wasn't really... I mean, it's bad, but it's more bombastically forgettable. So I guess that doesn't really go in the worst category. Or at least that there's worse than Avatar to see in the theater. Like, at least with Avatar in the theater, you're getting the full James Cameron experience. It was bad, but it was a tech demo. Yeah. I feel like this would not be any fun as a competitive level. Yeah, like, so something I'd mentioned, I haven't seen a lot of, like, decent versus levels in Lighthouse right now, which is kind of a problem because I've still got to get that, like, 25 versus wins to get the plat. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, I could just, like, toss together one myself. And I was just kind of, like, noodling through some ideas here. And it turns out it's hard. Play spinning wheel a bunch and get really good at it. What was spinning wheel? Eventually you'll be able to beat everyone, literally everyone but yourself. Well, the things that you told me about Jurassic Park Dominion make it sound pretty god-awful. So that might be a thing. What makes a good versus level? It is legitimately actually bad. Like, it's film qua film. Oh, let me peep it. Well, maybe I should peep it on my break. Like, also I've got the Bud the Chud song here. That is not the cover that they used on the US video box. Why does that look really familiar? Like, spinning wheel looks really familiar, and I don't know why. Or at least, like, judging off the thumbnail. Why am I so without ideas? I hate it. I think that's probably a fair assessment, the Suicide Squad. I really appreciated Dan Olsen going through all the deep issues that movie had. Jurassic World Dominion fails at the level of craft through it just being that incompetently made, not because it was murdered on purpose in a moment of fear. Why would you take, like, such a flagship movie and hand it over to people who don't know what they're doing? It's such a chump play. I have no idea. I know nothing of Halo. Is that a thing that is currently happening? Is Halo happening? The producers or what have you, if I recall correctly, haven't even played the games. I mean, that seems kind of par for the course for this kind of thing, though. Did Wes Anderson play the Resident Evil games? I honestly don't remember. I know that he claimed to like the Resident Evil games. Gotta say, with the regularity you go, oh yeah, I know about that completely casually, with regard to movie discussion makes me think you're like Hideo Kojima and 70% of your body is made of obscure horror flicks. I mean, it's not impossible. I watched a lot when I was a kid. We had a mom and pop near us, and they were not particularly, what is the word that I want? They did not care to stop us, I guess, is the thing. Wait, I'm a normie? Well, how am I a normie? What did what, I mean, I guess, maybe? Somebody once called Kojima a normie. That's, I mean, I feel like you could say a lot of things about Kojima, but I feel like that would be a hot take. He's got a lot going on, and not all of it is great, but I don't think normalcy is really one of his problems. Well-known normie Hideo Kojima. Seen pictured here with his Terrifier 2 t-shirt. All that matters is my guy loves Shaun the Sheep. Wait, really? That's not a thing I expected. It is kind of vaguely touching. What happened to my music? I went through all the trouble to set up that, like, silly old random jukebox, and now it ain't doing the thing. Why are those so bright? Because I forgot to turn them down, because I'm silly. I have not seen any of the Shaun the Sheep movies, so maybe I am normie. Watching the scene where the rapidly aging bioweapon crawls through a microwave as firefight is shown via split screen, this is too normal! Wait, is that a Shaun the Sheep thing? I somehow convinced Letterboxd that I've seen the Virgin Suicides and it won't let me remove it from my watch movies list. Oh, it's an empty. Oh, okay, right. I mean, it ought to be. The weird thing is, I've actually seen that scene when I was doing research for the deep dive. It's kind of fantastic. I mean, the Virgin Suicides isn't terrible. It's a movie. It's very much a period piece. And that period is late 70s Americana, and I don't know if that's a thing that appeals to you. The soundtrack is okay. There are fewer suicides than the title would imply. Shaun the Sheep is about a rascally flock of sheep getting into hijinks. If there's a microwave, it would be getting dropped on a bumbling farmer's head. Who could then turn into aging bioweapon or turn out to be an aging bioweapon. As many farmers are. Why did why did the music stop? Also, I thought my game was gonna crash there for a second. That would have been funny as hell. Would have loved that. Oh, there's the music again. Now, this doesn't make the gameplay any better, but, like, it does look nice. Although you can no longer tell that there's a wall jump. Oh, because the logic is on the invisible material. Kronos, I have invisible material. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, I hate that! Thanks, Kronos. Thanks. I hate it so much. Flippin' Joker. Oh no, if it's purple, it's going to be even more jokery. You know what? I probably deserve that. Have you become the Joker or the People's Joker? Is that like the People's Eyebrow? Is this the Joker as played by The Rock? Or just The Rock's eyebrow, as it were? Alright, that's too much. Joker's is now working on a special level? Wait, what? Jonkers? What? What is Jonkers? What are you talking about, Jesse? The People's Joker is a 2022 coming-of-age parody of superhero film directed by Vera Drew and written by Drew and Brie LaRose. Film premiered on September 13th, 2022 at the 2022 Toronto International Film Festival, but planned screenings of the film were cancelled due to rights issues. The film unofficially parodies characters from the Batman comics, and the main character is a transgender woman based on the Joker played by Drew. That sounds like a lot. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, 100% of 10 critics' reviews are positive with an average rating of 7.3 out of 10. Wow. Well, I mean, surely there must be a Black Sails version of this. Send me Jonkers. Jonkers is now working on a special liquid? I don't know how I feel about that. That seems like a lot, Soup. I feel like this is a lot. It's getting more screenings with touch-up effects even, and the trailer for these screenings, I believe, says the movie is brought to you by Fair Use. I hope they get away with that. It's a lot of special liquid developed by Jonkers. Have you heard about the special liquid developed by Jonkers? This feels like a very Tumblr thing. Is there not an attractor here? I believe I put an attractor on this. Why are you not attracting me? The wall jump works. Why doesn't the attractor work? I guess? Hold on a second. That's good, Soup. That's good. That's real good. Does the attractor not work on invisible material? That would be absurd, right? That would be really weird, right? Well, you have your answer. And it does not. Why does the wall jump material work on invisible material, but the attractor does not? That's weird. It's already up to 13. Okay, let's get wacky. Manual detach, I think. You got a radius, manual detach, affect connected things. I wonder what that affect connected things does. Nothing. You missed out on carcass tickets. I mean, can't you just go to the roadside and, like, get some carcass of your own? I will listen to Bud the Chud. Alice, you have a wonderful day. You stay safe, okay? Because I know that things are a lot where you are right now. So I'll ask you to take the special steps. Okay, so apparently attract the gel material does not work on invisible material, but it does work on made opaque material. Why not? You know, just, you know, sure, why not? Why does this game have to be so silly sometimes? Kronos, did I show you the tree? Oh, okay. Then I've got a thing I can show you before I go on my break, which I'm gonna do in a moment. Cha-cha! Pretty nifty. I'm doing the pretty nifty face right now. But I am going to take my break because we're at the 2-hour point. So I'm going to do that thing and I will be back in just about 5 minutes or so. Thank you! That makes me really happy to hear. You have an eye for visual effect, so it does mean a lot. But I'll be back in a mo. I am back. I don't know what I'm doing. Didn't I just have a piece of like hologram material somewhere? Oh, there we go. I do want this like roughly the same size. And how do I want to do this? Put in an emitter and tag. We're going to want a score bubble. With a follower. And the follower should be pretty fast. But have a pretty small range. So we'll have the emitter spit out that. And we want it like right in front of the, yeah, like that. 10 seconds. Immediately, it's going to emit once. Expand and shrink. Cool, that's in the right place at least. Why did you... Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fine. That's not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should make these even smaller, right? Yeah. Cool. And then the one in the middle. Well, wait. No. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. It's gonna get a counter. And I want something going to that counter right now, so when I copy it, it's got a input. Cool. Yeah. Let's bring this down. One. Dang it. Why you gotta be like that? Thank you. And then we can glue all these on. And then we'll have our randomizer. Every 15 seconds? That should do it. I don't know if it's going to do anything interesting, but I guess we'll see. And after 10 seconds, they'll disappear. And another 5, a new set should show up. Which that did not happen. Why not? So, what happened that last cycle? Well, it should be spawning a new set of score bubbles every 15 seconds. Tweak the randomizer for a sec. Is it weird? Set it to one shot. There's no... I mean, there's override pattern? Is that what you mean? Huh. Okay. Maybe that was it. Well, but we didn't get a set of bubbles that last time. Let me oh, but I can't do that because it'll... No? Oh! That might be it. That might be the problem. Because it's trying to pick a new one, but there's already... It's already got one out. Right. It's, I mean, it's just trying to pick one, but if it's already clogged... Oh. Why does it keep having an output? Like, shouldn't it just flicker on off? It just works like this? Okay. As for the on-off, the frequency is 0 0.1, but a flash counter is technically on for less than 0 0.1, so it wouldn't always activate. Okay. It bothers me to no end why the game's camera's built-in shake is worse than the movie camera one. I don't think I've ever played with that much. Is it really that bad? It's a shame these backgrounds, like the video game backgrounds, are just so very bright. Like, that's like super bright. And there's not like really much you can do about it. It's just like, it's just so there. I don't really think there's much you can do about it. Because I've got like the fog down to 0. It's just like an ambient glow from the actual game itself. I don't remember it being this bad during the Negativitron fight either, because that's the background that they use for the Negativitron fight. I don't like, some of them look really nice. You're probably both right. I'll give it a look, like, cause like if you look at like the rest of the background, it's nothing like that. It's not nearly that bad. The rings of that planet were like not clipping through, but they're almost the same color as the platforms. So it's making it a little bit difficult to see. Let's try this out. Let's see if this crashes my game. I should probably like put the checkpoint in the center. Yo, don't even say that, Kronos. You know what could go wrong. How many times have we like has the stream crashed out like in the middle of a save? I figured that was gonna happen. Oh, God. Hope. Yeah. I probably deserve that. It's a shocking success. It's super effective. I know what I can do about that, though. Oh, but we can't. Shoot. Because the bubbles are gonna interrupt it. I was gonna say like we could glue it to here, but the bubbles are gonna. They're not gonna be able to spawn. Because you can't spawn bubbles like in front of a checkpoint, right? It's kind of in that space. I guess we could just take out the emitter for the second one, or for the middle one there. That's always the answer, isn't it? Just defizz the checkpoint. And it already is. Lovely. Oh, that's hologram. That's not a sticker. Isco, what are you trying to do? Why you gotta be so goofy? Us! Called, how you doing? It is lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope life ain't being mean to you. Even though we found out today that... Well, you weren't the one who was, like, traumatized by that, though. That was Arachno. To point out to everybody, did you know that Katamari Damacy is old enough legally to drink in Japan now? Just in case you felt like you needed your bones to turn into dust? Oh, that was you! I thought that was Arachno. Long may it rain. I've had enough rain right now, though. I'm all good for rain right now. Follower? $15? Friendly park, that a friendly reminder that Jurassic Park is over 30 years old. It's true. We still love it, though. It may not be The Blob 1988, but it's still a pretty solid movie. I give credit where credit is due. That was last night. We already had our risky rains. You gotta come down more. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, don't crash. We would like the game to not crash. That would be cool. I was gonna say something really foolish and tempt fate, but I am not gonna say that. I'm gonna be good. I should watch Jurassic Park again. I haven't seen it in quite a number of years now. Not 30. I've seen it since it's come out, but would Fred Durst allow that? See, now part of the problem here is that you can't see the you can't see the wall bounce effect anymore, so you wouldn't know that it's there. I feel like there's the bones here are not bad. I feel like the execution is not fantastic, but well, I mean, I was thinking just like so that the players know that the walls actually have a glide on them. We probably want to have, like, the bones here are not bad. Me exploring tombs and catacombs. fabulous dental work these people had. But I feel like you could do something with this. It wouldn't be a great versus level, but it might not be an unfun versus level. Wait, is that how you want to say that? There's a double negative that screwed me up again. Yeah. This one was skewered most magnificently. Do you skewer bones? I mean, you could skewer a skull. I'd probably want to use something aside from score bubbles. I feel like they're not really the right look. But that's aesthetic. Probably should make this taller. But if I make it too tall, then I feel like I feel like you'd have to pull the camera out more, and that makes the characters even smaller. And after a while, it's gonna start to get difficult to track where you are. So, one thing that kind of sucks is I can't use any material tweakers or opacity tweakers, or physics tweakers or opacity tweakers, which actually means that that thing that I did up top with the Attractogel is not going to work. Because there's no opacity tweakers in LBP2, which still to me seems like I don't even know how they did that. Like, why would you not have opacity tweakers? That's what the GCs fail to account for. Future archaeologists are going to be too busy admiring how nice your bones are to sex your skeleton. I mean, the verb is actually sex, which made for an amusing part of my forensic science class, because my professor would just talk about sex in the bones a lot. Like, the whole, I feel like it was like a week and a half that we spent on that. Yeah, it was quite a time. That wasn't like a rebuke against you, by the way. It was just like, oh, I actually know this one. Like, this one I actually do know. I wonder how that dude's doing. He was a good prof. He's still alive. Good on him. Still teaching. He must be ancient by now, because he was like old when I took his class. Oh my god. God, it's like just the nostalgia of seeing this man's face is fantastic. Oh my god, I know that dude too. That dude taught me sush. He was a weirdo. Sorry, a slight memory lane there for a second. I should email him out of the blue and ask him about like Space Violante. Cause he was my prof that had the whole thing about kaiju. Alright, I think we proved the thesis here. Even if we didn't do it very well. And the thesis is that I could slap together a versus level that would be vaguely fun, and I could do it in LBP2. I'm not 100% on the aesthetic, but I think it's alright. Like, it serves its purpose. I made something similar to this in an ND level, and it kinda sucked. Well, that's actually, then, if you've got experience, then let me pick your head. Pick your brain? Pick your brain. What did you find, ultimately, that was unenjoyable about it? It just clicked what you've been trying to prove this whole stream. That's kind of way. It's kind of a cool. That's a cool way to kind of pseudo stream LBP2 big brain move. I mean, this was more like I wanted to see if I could get it to work without like spending a lot of time in LBP2's create mode. It wasn't like. That wasn't the big brain move, or at least that wasn't the purpose. But I'm glad that it worked out that way too. Pretty much everything. Kronos, that doesn't help me though. I go so far as to say that I'm somewhat glad the side ND levels were never archived. There was even a versus level. Like, did those levels get published? Because the only one that I remember that I didn't look at was the boss level. I must not have ever seen them. Or at least maybe didn't notice them. I published them around the ND1 era, okay. So this was still early days Kronos. They don't deserve a presence, so you'd be forgiven for not seeing them. Oh, Kronos, don't be like that. I did reuse the track in the survival level for Rush. Like, do you mean, like, the music track, or do you mean, like, the physical layout? Oh, the background music. Should probably return to pod, because, like, we've only got 6 minutes left. Dang, that 3 hours went by super quick tonight. And I'm not tired at all, which is kind of a problem, because I do eventually need to sleep. I don't know what was up last night. And this morning, too, I was so sleepy this morning, it was just ugly. Thankfully, it didn't cause any issues at work, but it didn't help that like we were not busy. It was so boring. But that's a tale for never, because it's not a tale, because it's not interesting. Nothing happened. Um, but we are almost at the 3 hour point, so it is time to start to put a bow on it. Hive, it was so good seeing you back tonight. I mean, it's good seeing all y'all, but I mean, you've been gone for like a couple weeks, a week. It's been a while. So it's been lovely to have you back. Uh, it was a lovely stream. It was really nice. It was very chill, and I do appreciate that. I will be happy when we get to do community levels again, but I've been enjoying these kind of like, well, let's just noodle around in create mode and see what happens kind of streams as well. They're very good for decompression, I feel like. But I will ask all y'all, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourselves out there in meat space. Make sure that you're getting all the hydration that you need. Make a katamari. Didn't we talk about, like, would it be possible to do katamari in LBP? I feel like we've had that discussion. Um, yes, get all the hydration that your body needs. Make sure that you're getting at least one meal in a day, even if it's kind of trashy. I would hope that it's more than one meal, and I hope that it's not trashy, but I do understand how that happens sometimes. If you're on medication, try to take those medications as close to schedule as your situation allows for, but above all and overall, please do remember that you are important. You do have value. There are folks out there that are rooting for you, that want you to have your best life, that want you to be safe and happy, and who love you. I'm one of those folks, but I'm only one. I'm willing to bet. Around 20% yes. I would, I'd put money down. But no, I'm willing to bet that there's a lot more than just me. But that pretty much does it for us here at Disco About. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, Called, and you, Soup, and everyone. Arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.